Welcome to today's explainer. Look, if you've been chasing English fluency and feeling like you're just constantly hitting a brick wall, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're breaking down a definitive masterclass on how to finally achieve English speaking fluency. Think of this as your ultimate blueprint. It's a specific step-by-step strategy to make absolutely sure that by 2026, the language barrier is completely a thing of the past. So grab a notebook because we're going to structure this so clearly, you'll know exactly what to do the minute this explainer ends. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is your highly structured playbook, basically your new English gym. First, we'll look at the trap of passive learning. Then we'll break down the 45-minute daily formula. After that, we'll cover exactly what to consume and create. And finally, the non-negotiable rules for your fluency journey.
Section 1. The trap of passive learning. Get ready to step way out of your comfort zone.
I want to ask you a really direct question, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Why aren't you fluent yet? I mean, you understand the words I'm saying right now, right? You can listen to clear pronunciation and comprehend it perfectly. You aren't starting from scratch. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're probably already at a 4 or a 5, so why the plateau? I'm going to put on my tough love coach hat for a second here. It's because you're avoiding the hard work. You're delaying your own success because the next step, well, it's difficult. But remember, challenges are literally what make human beings thrive. We take them on, we succeed, and then we celebrate.
And this brilliantly illustrates the biggest hurdle, the fundamental difference between consumption and creation. The single biggest mistake learners make is that they consume way more than they create. Look, consumption is easy. It's passive. It's just throwing on a podcast, watching YouTube, or reading a book. When you consume, somebody else has already done all the heavy lifting, and you're just soaking it in. Creation, on the other hand, that's hard. It's active. It's pure output. Creation means you are the one actually constructing the sentences, whether you're writing them down or speaking them out loud. Now, while reading and listening are absolutely crucial foundation builders, let's be real about the breakdown. A staggering 90% of your actual, tangible progress depends entirely on speaking. 90%. And let's be honest, that is exactly why it feels so scary, right? It's super intimidating to create sentences in real time. It exposes your flaws. But here's the thing. No one else can do this heavy lifting for you. I can give you all the motivation in the world today, but the actual speaking, conquering that fear inside yourself, that is entirely on you.
Section 2. The 45-minute daily formula. Let's get into your new workout regimen.
We know the problem, so here is your daily tactical challenge. 45 minutes of dedicated, focused English every single day. We break this down into 30 minutes of consumption and just 15 minutes of creation. Notice that the scary part, the creation part, is only 15 minutes a day. That tiny window is where your mind is deeply challenged, which is exactly when it learns the most. Meanwhile, those 30 minutes of consumption, that's the fun stuff. You're picking a TV show or a book you actually like, and that half hour will go by in an absolute flash. No, look, we're all human. There are going to be days when life gets heavy, you're exhausted, and you just do not want to go to your English gym. And you know what? That is perfectly fine. If you miss a day, give yourself some grace. But here is the absolute golden rule you must strictly enforce. Never miss 2 days in a row. If you miss today, you absolutely must show up tomorrow. It's all about maintaining that streak. Actually, within the first 5 to 10 days, you'll start to really enjoy the momentum, and you won't even want to break the chain.
So the crucial point is how this tiny daily effort actually compounds. Daily, it's just 45 minutes. But weekly, you're suddenly doing 300 minutes of dedicated English. That's 200 consuming, 100 creating. If you do that for a week, it is literally impossible not to improve. You'll enter this amazing state of deep workflow. And monthly, that scales up to roughly 20 hours of focused English. 20 hours a month sounds like a massive achievement, right? But because we broke it down into 45 daily minutes, it never once feels overwhelming.
And here is the absolute most motivating fact of all. 1. You only need to stick to this strict regimen for 1 single year. 365 days of this habit, and your fluency problem is solved permanently. Done. After that year, you get to move on. You can tackle your next career step, find a brand new hobby, whatever. But give this 1 year, and the language barrier disappears for good.
Section 3. What to consume and create. Let's define your daily diet.
We know the time commitment, so now we need to define exactly how to execute those 45 minutes. First up is your consumption diet. For your 30 minutes, choose your input wisely. Read books you genuinely enjoy, whether that's gripping sci-fi or a thick classic like Leo Tolstoy's Anna Karenina. For listening, find dedicated podcasts. BBC's 6 Minute English is phenomenal because their whole goal is to teach you. Watch highly rated movies like LA Confidential or Spotlight, and binge engaging TV shows like Friends or Dexter to pick up natural phrasing. But here is the catch. It must be focused, dedicated learning. Having random news playing in the background while you stare out the window on a bus? Yeah, that doesn't count. You have to actively choose the material and pay attention.
Now for the 15-minute creation workouts. This is where the magic happens, folks. You can write a daily journal for 10 to 15 minutes. Just describe an episode from your life. And here's a pro tip. Physically writing with a pen actually makes the mind function better than typing, though, typing's okay if you must. Keep it private. Hide it if you have to. If you don't know what to write, just ask ChatGPT to generate a topic for you. For speaking, you can use AI apps to hold real-time conversations, or you can use one of the coolest, most effective methods out there, the mirror technique.
Let's move to and see how this builds. It's a surprisingly effective childhood trick for forcing yourself to speak when you literally have no one else to talk to. Step 1. Look in the mirror. Step 2. Look directly into your own eyes. Really connect with yourself. Step 3. Randomly blabber. Just talk to yourself about anything and everything. Have a full-blown monologue right there in your room. Step 4. Make mistakes without a single ounce of judgment. You might feel a little crazy at first, for sure, but it is a brilliant way to solve life problems while forcing your brain to create real-time English sentences in a completely safe environment.
Section 4. Rules for your fluency journey. Let's set up some guardrails.
To make sure you don't burn out or fall off the wagon during this one-year challenge, let's rapid fire through these essential rules. First, do not get stuck on grammar. Let go of your ego. Everyone makes mistakes, even in their native language. Move on and don't let the fear of imperfect grammar hold you back. Second, always proofread your typed content or journal entries using AI tools to learn from your errors. Third, maintain a strict growth mindset. Progress might be slow, but forward is the only direction. Fourth, and this is a huge one, shut up. Don't announce your ideas prematurely. Telling people gives you a fake dopamine kick and opens you up to criticism that can totally destroy your motivation. Keep it a secret until the results speak for themselves. Fifth, use updated resources. If a book is boring, quit it immediately before it kills your habit. And finally, train your algorithm. This is so vital. Social media reads your behavior. If you feed it garbage, you'll look at the clock and realize you just wasted 3 hours. Force your feed to show you growth, fitness, and educational content. To guarantee success, you must track your daily 45 minutes religiously. In fact, treat your habit tracker exactly like a stock market app. Think about it. People who invest in stocks obsessively check their apps 10 times a day because they're so excited about their financial growth. You need to treat your English habit with the exact same reverence. Why? Because improving your communication is directly tied to your future financial well-being. Speaking well brings better opportunities, higher income, and just a more settled life. It is literally an investment in yourself.
We'll wrap up this explainer with this powerful thought. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. Motivation will absolutely fade, but discipline is what carries you across the finish line. So take a hard look at your schedule today. What are you willing to give up right now to find your 45 minutes? The clock is ticking on your fluency, so when does your day one begin?